MK1 releases in less than 2 weeks, and I couldn't be more hyped for it. I'm glad they're bringing back the breaker and meter burn system from MKX, and I'm also pleased with the startup animations that they've added to Fatal Blows. Pretty much nobody in the beta was able to land a raw fatal blow on me, and that felt good. I skipped MK11 initially and only started playing it once MK1 got announced, just to get ready for its release. And man, being hit full screen by a random YOLO fatal blow from a character like Aaron Black, Frost, or Cabal has gotta be among the most frustrating things you'll ever experience in a video game. If you've been playing MK11 for the entire 4-year duration that it's been out, I have no idea how you've stuck with it for that long. I've only been playing it for 7 months, and I already can't wait to move on. Thank God the random down 2 crushing blows, lack of a universal anti-air option, the roll mechanic, the late amplification system, and the infuriating breakaway system have all been addressed by MK1. Crushing blows are now completely gone. Jump-ins are now more floaty and therefore easier to anti-air. And they've also included a new up-block mechanic, which makes jump-in attacks universally punishable. There's no more forward or backward wake-up roll. You can either delay wake-up or do an armored wake-up attack. This limits the options of a downed opponent and makes them less dangerous than they were in MK11, which is probably the way it should be. Amplified attacks now have to be dialed in, and can therefore no longer be used as a mix-up within a mix-up on a blocking opponent. And finally, the breakaway system has been replaced with breaker, which resets neutral and costs 3 bars of meter. The variation system is also gone. We finally get to have a complete character with a complete moves list for the first time since MK9. And I think the cameo system is a perfect way to implement some of the upsides of a variation system without any of the drawbacks of watering down a playable fighter. I've also noticed that every character in the beta seemed to have flawless block gaps and or interruptible strings. I'm hoping that this is a universal trait among all playable characters in the game, and we don't get another MK11 Kano Cabal type of situation where there are a couple characters in the game who don't have any gaps in their strings. Aside from the mechanics of the game, I think the aesthetics of MK1 are a huge upgrade over the dark and dreary MKX, and the music of MK1 is much more memorable and interesting than MK11's. I'm also excited to check out the new story mode. It looks like they're giving my man Syzoth an actual important part in the story, and he's no longer being relegated to a jobber type of role. I'm really hoping he stays on Lu's side throughout the story, and he isn't turned against Mr. Kang by Chronica, because I can foresee a scenario where she convinces him that Lu's responsible for his exile due to the fact that Lu created the timeline, and therefore provided Syzoth with the human transformation mutation that, quote, made him a freak among his people in the first place. That would kinda piss me off, to be honest. But anyway, at the moment I'm feeling pretty optimistic based on everything I've experienced so far. The game has me pretty hyped and I can't wait to play it on September 14th. What are your thoughts? Feel free to let me know below.